boys and girls, my name is Cary Corvair, and I am the bass player for the Alter Kakers. And I'm here today to talk about an American-made Reverend Rumblefish Bass. Feast your eyes on that beauty. It is a lovely piece of work, and I am privileged to own it. As you know, we're a band that plays a lot of Reverend instruments, and I like to take credit for that. I'm the first one who had one. I discovered them at the, there was one for sale at the 12th fret in Toronto, which I saw, I picked up, I played. I loved the feel of it, but I was cautious because I had never heard of the brand. And I got it for the bargain price of about $600 US, which back then was just like about $650 Canadian. It was a bargain. It is gorgeous. You can see it's not made of wood, it's a semi-hollow body. It's a phenolic material with a mahogany cross bracing inside, which creates air chambers, and that gives it the unique semi-hollow sound. It's a 21 fret neck, 34-inch scale. It's kind of an oval shape, a semi-oval shape, kind of like a 60s jazz bass. In fact, this feels just like the jazz bass I had, which is why when I picked it up, it felt totally at home in my hand. And for me, buying a bass is about three things: feel, feel, feel. It's all about feel. You can make almost any guitar sound like anything with the right combination of amplification and pedals. So when I find something that's comfortable and just is a dream to play, that's what I go with. This also is incredibly light, weighing in at about 8 pounds. I'll tell you what, this is a limited edition. It is considered collectible, but I'm not a collectible geek. And I play this for gigs, I play this for recording, I take it wherever I go. This is my #1 guitar. And I'm not worried about the fact that it's kind of a rarity. This is one of 1,035 American-made Reverends, and it's gorgeous and I love it. Now, if you want to know more about them, I have this site here. It's called revfan.com. revfan.com, and it tells you all about American-made Reverends, and it'll answer any questions you had about the number of guitars in the run, the particulars about the neck, the tuners, the pickups, all that stuff right there. So that's where I would go. I'm not going to repeat all that stuff because I won't do it accurately. Spots here, what was called a string tree experiment, reduced the price because they drilled a hole, filled them in. Personally, I don't give a shit about things like that. There's a couple of nicks on the headstock. If you're a bass player and you don't have nicks on the headstock, you ain't doing your job. The guitar is numbered and signed. There's a Z or a Z, as we say in Canada.
Good old Zach.
And that's Zach who does the setups. And there's a serial number. They are relatively accurate as far as I have been told. It's your standard gloss finish, which is comfortable to play. If you get sweaty, it's a little bit sticky sometimes, but nothing a little talcum powder in the bag and on your hands won't help. It's a maple neck, which makes it even more rare in terms of the Reverend American basses that were made. When it came, it had white dots over here, which I had a lot of trouble seeing on stage, and I got my daughter to take some black nail polish and paint over those so it's a little bit more visible for me. If you have a daughter, you can do the same thing. or you can do it yourself, but she had a steadier hand than I did. I have strap blacks on it, but I'm not really happy with them and I might take them off. I have not modded anything else. Oh, the knobs, I modded the knobs. I think these knobs are they might be from a Stratocaster or something like that, because they have numbers, and I like being able to set both pickups. It's a standard jazz configuration with volume, tone. You can see they're angled, and one of the things that attracted me to this guitar was the body shape. If you're a fan of vintage guitars, you'll know that this looks a lot like a Silvertone or a Dan Electro. Now, I grew up in Brooklyn, baby, and in my neighborhood, we had a Sears and Roebuck. I don't know what happened to Roebuck. I think he got moved out. He was the sluggish partner. But in Sears, they always had electric guitars, and they were associated with Silvertone, the Sears Silvertone. And that's where my life got ruined at a very young age. That's where I fell in love with the electric guitars, and this one bears a great similarity to it.
Question from the audience.
Yes, sir.
Does it make you a better player?
Absolutely, it makes me a better player. It makes me, because it's, as I've gotten older, I want less and less weight on my shoulders for 3-hour rehearsal.
You must want a ukulele by now.
I am working on that, a bass ukulele. And I hope this has piqued your interest in these instruments. Again, there were only 1,035 approximately of these made, so it is collectible. They're hard to find. They're way more expensive now than when I bought them. And I have a second one. We got a second one, and that's for a future vlog, episode, whatever. And I will show you that one. That one's been modded slightly more than this one. So anyway, nice talking to you. Again, the Reverend Rumblefish Bass. Looking at you, coming at you. See you later.